it's lovely to see you all again for our video chats. I'm Carol from the team at CJG Wellness, where we're helping you live life to the full. And today we've got my lovely friend, Margaret Sadler.
Hi.
We met a few years ago, and she's going to tell us all about the wonders of aloe. Aloe vera has been around a long, long time, and I know that there's lots of very beneficial facts that we can learn about aloe and how it can help our wellness. And so I'll hand over to Margaret because I know she's got lots and lots to tell us, and it'll be a fascinating journey about aloe. So hello, Margaret.
Hi, Carol. Really nice of you to invite me on this morning. It's going to be an interesting half an hour just to chat through what aloe vera is and its history. So
Yes.
I've got lots and lots of notes here for you, and it'll be really, really exciting. So as Carol mentioned, I'm Margaret, and I've been using aloe for 21 years now. So I did lots of research at the beginning and subsequently to find out all the benefits. So aloe vera has been around, as you will all realize, for many thousands of years. And legend has it that Aristotle advised Alexander the Great to conquer the island of Socotra to acquire all the aloe on that island to treat his wounded soldiers. So that's a really interesting fact. Yeah,
That is amazing, isn't it?
it is. When you look back through history, it's fascinating. So the ancient times, Queen Cleopatra and Nefertiti used aloe vera on their skin for soft skin. And Alexander the Great, Christopher Columbus, lots and lots of people have used it. And it's mentioned in the Bible, in the Holy Bible, 6 times. So it was used 2,000 to 4,000 years ago. So a great history. What a lot of people don't realize is aloe is actually a member of the lily family. Because it looks like a cactus and it has those prickly edges, lots of people think it's obviously a cactus, but it's not. And it's related to the onion and garlic and asparagus family.
Isn't that fascinating that it's to do with the onion and not cactuses? I mean, that just amazes me.
I know. I've actually been to the Rio Grande Valley of Texas and seen the aloe fields with the company I'm working alongside. And you can smell the onion and garlic when you're walking through.
Oh, didn't realise that. No.
Yeah. So really,
I mean, we know that onions are so good for you, so it's really makes sense that they're connected in that sense. But and garlic, of course, we know that that's really good for you as well. So that's a really interesting fact. But you'd never think that they were connected to
each other.
No, exactly. In the lily family.
I know. Well, who doesn't love lilies? I love all flowers. Well, nearly all flowers.
Yeah.
So there's over 300 species, and but only 4 species have medicinal qualities. So I don't know what happened to the other 296.
I think that's really interesting because people will use it and then get no benefit from it and say, well, it doesn't work, but it's actually because it's the wrong plant. It's not the right species. Well,
I'm going to tell you the 4 great species. So the first place that we know that aloe was grown was in Africa, and that's obviously because it's lovely and warm. It's obviously grown in Texas and Mexico and other areas where the temperatures are really, really good because it loves a dry, arid condition.
That's why we can't grow it here, of course, isn't it?
Can't grow in the UK because too much frost and too much rain.
Yeah.
So the 4 species that have great properties for us, for medicinal qualities, are Aloe barbadensis Miller, Aloe ferox Miller. I don't know who the Millers are, but we'll hope to find out. Aloe arborescens and Aloe peribaker. And Aloe barbadensis Miller is the one that's used most widely and is the easiest to cultivate and has some of the most potent medicinal properties. So a bit of fun information, which I don't think Carol knew, and I didn't know until this week when I did all my research. The Mexicans use part of Aloe americana to make tequila. I'd rather just drink aloe. This is my aloe with mango. So this is our latest product that came out. And I don't even like mango, but this is so delicious. I could drink it all day. So cheers,
Yeah.
everyone.
Cheers. And I've got
Which one have you
cranberry and
got?
apple. Yeah,
Mm,
lovely.
that's the one my husband loves.
Yes, no, I like that one.
I've been to McAllen in Texas to our bottling plant, and I've washed the aloe vera leaves, and some of them are about 4 feet 6 long. They are so heavy, they're heavier than a girl's heaviest handbag. And the edge of them is about 6 inches, and it's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick at the beginning, and then it obviously tapers off when it's about 4 feet long. And it is so heavy. So I was washing several of those, and then we skinned them, and then we ate a big piece. But I'll tell you about that in a minute. So the structure of the leaf is really fascinating. There's 4 layers. So think about it. There's 4 types in the species that are really good for us that we can use for medicinal qualities. And there's 4 layers in the aloe. So the first layer is the rind. And we as a company put that back on the field as compost.
Good. No waste.
No waste, no waste.
Yeah.
And then there's the rind underneath, which is a tiny little layer. And then there's the sap, which is the transporter of all the nutrients. It's a very elegant plant. It's got to be a woman as well, because it can multitask.
Yes, absolutely.
And then the mucilage layer, which is high in polysaccharides and mannan, which is really good for the body. And the gel fillet, which is that huge, huge piece. So a little bit like a melon. Lots of people, I remember when I was a little girl, my mum was studying health, and they said a melon is majority water, but boy, what water. And aloe vera is a bit like that. When you take the gel fillet out, you think, what on earth? But it's actually got, the inner gel provides us with 75 vitamins and minerals, and we take a 60 ml shot every day. Some of us take a bit more. And also, it contains 19 of the 20 amino acids.
Well, I think we should repeat that. That's quite an amazing fact, isn't it?
Yeah, 75 nutrients.
75 nutrients, which our bodies need, and
every day.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah,
and that's in the plant. Yeah,
it's incredible, really. I mean, what a plant, really.
19
of the 20 amino acids. Now, I've been suffering with my thyroid for the last 3 years, and the doctors put you on thyroxine and think that's going to be the magic cure.
Yeah,
it actually isn't. And I did my research myself, and I found that your thyroid needs a specific amino acid, and guess where it is? It's in the aloe. Yeah. So every day now I've doubled my aloe because I wanted to get my Tigger bounce back. I didn't want to be a sloth anymore.
Yes.
And I call the aloe my Tigger drink because that's the way it makes me feel.
Yes, very good.
The inner gel provides us with the most beneficial part, and the products with the majority, the highest percentage of aloe, are obviously really, really good for us, and they're the ones that work. So this is what lots of us take every day, and this is 99.7% aloe, and the other 0.3 is vitamin C. So our aloe is, we work alongside, Carol and I, we work alongside the biggest producer in the world. So talking about that rind, that's 15 cells in thickness.
15 cells, yeah.
15 cells, and then that's where the 75 nutrients are all in the gel fillet. And it holds, the mucilage layer holds it all together and acts as a barrier. So that keeps it really sterile, so that it's a very, very clever. I mean, when you think of our creator, I happen to believe in God. When you think of our creator designing all of this and making it in such a specific way, so it's high in all the things that the body needs, and people have used it for thousands of years before we could just pop along to our high street and get something. Our aloe was there for us to use. So the contents of our aloe, lignin is probably the one thing where lots of us who've studied aloe realize that lignin is the property that they put in creams and things that we all put on our face and hands every day. And lignins transport the goodness down into the basic cells in your skin. So that really penetrates down to your dermal layers. So it doesn't just sit on the surface. So that's why Carol and I are really 93, but we don't really look it.
Yes. I think that's such an important fact, because as I understand it, the aloe then actually pulls anything else that it's got in the cream into your dermal layer, so that really is why it's so good as well. Any cream you put on,
it pumps it up.
Yeah, it pumps it up. Yes, it really helps you.
Yeah.
your skin to feel hydrated, I suppose. And
That's a good word.
yeah,
Hydrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is so important. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, all very good. So there's lots of things identified in aloe. One of them is a funny word called anthraquinones, and 12 are identified. And apparently they're really quite potent painkillers. I got all this information from doctors and veterinary people that I've studied over the years. And these anthraquinones can inhibit the growth of bacteria, fungi, virus, and yeasts. So our company grew from 9 million people to 10 million people in the first year of lockdown because the products are so good for our immune system.
That's really, really.
And everyone and every animal has an immune system.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Just a little point there.
Yes, absolutely, and so relevant. And as you say, especially at this time, there's been so much problem. So that's really good to know.
Yeah, it's a great fact to keep under our hat.
Yeah.
Now we have calcium in there, which is really, really great for our bodies. We have sodium, which helps balance fluids in our blood and maintain healthy blood and nerve and muscle functions. We have iron in aloe. I didn't know that, which is obviously used to help your hemoglobin and some of your hormones. Also good for my thyroid. We have potassium, which is great for all cells, and it regulates your heartbeat. Think of all those youngsters. Think of those first kisses. It regulates your heartbeat.
Yes.
You've got to have fun, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Chromium we need in small quantities, and it helps with your insulin level and your blood sugar regulator. So my mum happens to have insulin issues. She's not diabetic, she's hypoglycemic. So the aloe helps as a blood sugar regulator for her. She's been drinking it for 21 years and she's 96 and a half. And I've got to add the half, otherwise she gets very upset. We've got magnesium, and this has been in all the news lately with all the youngsters having heart issues on the football field, etc. Magnesium is associated with calcium and phosphorus. Over 70% is in your skeleton, and it supports your muscle and nerve function. And what's your biggest muscle in the body? The heart.
Yeah,
people should be taking magnesium. My lovely, wonderful mother-in-law that actually introduced me to this product, which I'll tell her story in a few minutes. She wouldn't be without our minerals because she suffered with cramps a lot, and she used to rattle this little tube in her a little bottle in her handbag and gobble a few of our magnesium tablets, our minerals, and her cramp used to disappear in under a minute.
Wow, that's good. Yeah,
very, very good. So zinc helps our immune system and metabolism function, and is great for wound healing. And I think there was a story years ago, wasn't there, about zinc and vitamin C for people many years ago. What was that people had when they were lacking in scurvy?
Scurvy, yeah. So yes.
Zinc and vitamin C was really helpful. So the last two are really important. Manganese is in aloe. I mean, it really is a great girl plant, isn't it? I'm going to get told off for calling it a girl. Manganese helps our body form connective tissue. It helps with bones. It helps with blood clotting factors, and it helps with your sex hormones.
Oh,
we won't talk about that today.
No.
I'll get the giggles, and we can't do that. It also helps with your fat and carbohydrate metabolism, helps with calcium absorption, and regulating the blood sugar. So manganese and chromium are really, really good for things like that. Now, copper is the last one, and it's stored in your liver, and that helps with your iron reserves and your red blood cells, along with maintaining healthy bones and blood vessels, etc.
So it really helps with everything, doesn't it?
It's a pack house of nutrition.
Yeah, pack house.
It really is.
Yeah.
I have been drinking this and using the products for 21 years. And I was excited when Carol asked me to do this, because I dug through all my notes and I thought, oh my goodness, I've forgotten how amazing this stuff is.
Yes.
It really is so good.
Yeah. No. So, I mean, that's the amino acids and the minerals. It's all in there, which all help your body to work well. So
it's terrific.
Yeah. Keeping you going.
It's our health food in a glass. A very cheap insurance.
Yes. Health food in a glass. Yes. Very good.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So aloe contains a large number of vitamins, and it's really interesting. Think A, C, and E. So you can think ACE. Lots of people remember that. And then it's got B1, B2, B6, B12, folic acid, choline, and niacin. All B vitamins are water soluble, so they'll go through the body in a few hours. And you know, because they're water soluble and they go through the body and are not stored, we need to replace them regularly. So
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amino acids, which we've talked about, the aloe having 19 of the 20 essentials in there. They're the building blocks for protein, and they're important for all your living cells in the body. Muscle cells are particularly rich in these proteins, and in our aloe that Carol and I are drinking, you know, they've been identified to hold those 19 of the 20 essential ones, so that's really, really good. And then we've got enzymes. Enzymes are known for helping with your digestion. So that makes your absorption of nutrients that you're taking in the day much better for your body. And also people that are taking medication, that helps with absorption. So it makes it far more effective.
Yes,
Really
yes,
good.
yeah. Again, it's that taking it in, isn't it? It's the bioavailability, which it really helps with, doesn't it?
That's an excellent way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Bioavailability, yes.
Absolutely. And then we've got salicylic acid. And that's why I started drinking the aloe 21 years ago. I've got Meniere's disease, so this piece down here is paralyzed and I don't have any hearing in my left ear. I was cuddling a little girl at school. I was helping out and reading stories to these children, and she had an ear infection, which she very kindly gave to me and knocked out my hearing and my balance. And I was munching and crunching on paracetamol to keep the pain at bay. And for 5 years, I was munching and crunching just so I could function as a mum and a wife and a busy person. And when I started drinking aloe, I'll tell you, from day one, I didn't love the flavor, but I love the benefit, because the salicylic acid, which is better known as aspirin, I didn't have any more headaches.
Wow.
I know.
That is amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing. So for me, it was, people couldn't believe how well I looked after a few weeks, because I wasn't taking any more paracetamol, which was obviously not good for my system. I know we need them now and again, but I was taking them every day, several times a day, just to cope and to try and get rid of this awful pain. So I was really, really happy.
So it's a natural aspirin.
Natural plant aspirin.
Natural plant aspirin.
Yep.
I think that's something that is really, yeah, something to remember.
If you Google, Prophet Google, he tells you all of these facts. So, you know, anybody can know this. It's really interesting. And then we've got fatty acids that are plant steroids.
Oh, wow.
And have qualities like analgesic, antiseptic, anti-inflammatory and things. So I checked all this out on Google so that I'm not incurring anything that isn't true. So Google will tell you all of this. And then there's a layer in the aloe plant with sugars which help with multiple actions in the body. So really rather amazing. So I think ACE, A, C and E, we've got vitamins A, C and E, B1, B2, B6, B12, folic acid, choline and niacin. Wow. I mean, it's a powerhouse, isn't it?
It is, it is. And I mean, those help your body with so many different functions and are so necessary. And you know, coming back to that bioavailability, and of course it means that it can get into your body. It's not just a case of what you eat, it's a case of what your body actually absorbs and takes in.
And that's the key. Yeah,
and that's the key. Yeah. And as I understand it, aloe helps you absorb other things, as we were saying.
Yes.
As you were saying. So it's that is so important, I think, to understand how it can really help you take in the food that you're, and take in the nutrition of the food that you're actually eating, as well as the aloe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when I went to Texas, we saw some beautiful aloe plants that were absolutely huge. This doesn't do them justice. They were actually 4 to 5 feet tall, and they only pick the outer leaves off when they're ready, when they're about 4 years old. So there's all the 4s here, 4 types of aloe, 4 components in the aloe, and they harvest it when it's about 4 years old. And that's the inner gel sap. Can you see? They take the sap out of the middle, and that's the bit that we use.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
That's beneficial for our bodies. This picture that I've got here, we took with a spoon. So that is really, you can see it being scooped up. So that's all the goodness there.
That is the actual gel, isn't it? And
That's
that's
the
what
little fillet in the middle.
which they actually take out and which we actually use.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And that's the bit that everybody loves for their body. So so
Yes.
I found aloe, my story, just for a few minutes, my story, I found aloe in March 2000. It was a long time ago, as you can see, 21 years ago, because we're now in October. Just the end of October this year's flown by, 2021. And my little bit of a story was I was looking for a home-based business. I had two little girls, and everybody's home-based now with COVID. We were ahead of the curve. And I came across a company called Forever Living. It was a perfect fit for our family. We did our research. My husband's a chartered secretary, and he looked up all the company details at Companies House just to check that the information I'd been given was 100% correct. So we got involved happily because it didn't compromise our ethics or our integrity. And as a mum, I didn't want to compromise myself or my children. So I went to lots of trainings with Dr. Peter Atherton and Dr. David Urch, a veterinarian. And we were amazed at all the things that we've learned, like the things that I've just told you about. So I have many years disease, and I was diagnosed at 38. And the pain on the left-hand side, as I said, was dreadful. So I call the aloe vera when I drink it my best health insurance. And I'm sure a lot of people do as well. There's many millions of people around the world. When I spoke to the company owner a few years ago, 500,000 bottles of aloe, and this is 10 years ago, was going out every day. So it must be nearer to 1 million bottles going out every day, helping people all around the world to be healthy and keep themselves nice and strong. My mum is 96.5 years young, and she has no pain at all in her knees with arthritis because she's been drinking the aloe. And when this product came out, this one has the necessary bits and bobs in, glucosamine and chondroitin, which really, really help the body with the aforementioned problem.
Well, they're already in the body, aren't they? And
Yes, but we don't make them as we get older. And
no.
you know, once we get past 40, these things have to be taken as an add-on.
Yeah, so it's just supporting that, as you say, really helps. So that's really good for anybody with joint problem or
sports people that do manual work, people that, you know, window cleaners, plumbers, people that are on their knees a lot, really, carpet fitters. There's lots and lots of people who really love that product. So Mum's fallen twice in the last 2 years. One of them was my fault. I was down visiting last year when she was 95, and I was just about to sit beside her, and I moved a little stool. She didn't realize what I was doing, jumped up to do something, and she caught the corner of her leg on the corner of the stool. This was 10:30 at night. And she got a V cut that size in her leg. The skin came away.
Oh, ouch.
So we rang the paramedics, and they came at 1:30 in the morning. He was a gem, an absolute gem. And he bandaged her leg up after correcting all the skin. I was nearly on the floor. I wasn't born to be a nurse. I've got a PhD in hugging. That's about it, really. But Mum tripled her aloe intake for a month. And when she went back to the nurse at her surgery in Ramsgate, the nurse couldn't believe that it was healed by someone at 95.
Yeah.
Now, she didn't do it again just to prove that it works, but she did have another little fall, and it healed again in under a month.
Yes, yeah, the wonders.
She wasn't allowed to put anything on topically then until afterwards, which obviously then she put on this product, which is just like slicing open the aloe leaf and popping it in a tube.
Yeah.
You can't really carry an aloe leaf around in your handbag.
No.
Sorry, Carol.
I was just going to say they've stabilized it, obviously, and everything, so that you can carry it around and put it in the tube.
Yeah, they stabilized it to keep it live in the tube. That's right.
Yeah.
So I've got several Caribbean friends that have transferred over because they used to go to the markets in London and buy an aloe leaf for a few pounds, but it goes off quickly because it's not stabilized. And a lot of Caribbean people use it for washing their hair and putting it on their skin because they have amazing skin. They're really blessed. They don't have any laughter lines. Their skin is much stronger than ours in the West. So, but this is a fabulous product, obviously, for that. So, so that was Mum. So a lot of people talk and wonder why, when they're using aloe, that there's something called a healing crisis.
Oh yeah, yes. No, I have heard of that and have suffered from that. Yes, things seem to get worse before they get better, and that's when all the bad things are coming out, aren't they? Or yeah, and
it's getting rid of all the dead skin cells and all the
yes,
bits and bobs. So your body can go, and Dr. Atherton did a training on this, and he said you can be using the products, and day 3 or day 4 your body goes through the healing crisis. So you must continue on, and then you will get the benefit after that. You will start to see things getting better.
yes,
So
I
it's
think
not very
that
pleasant for some, but I've not had it happen with many people at all in 20 years. So
no,
most of us get through it, and it's fine. But
yes,
it's a great product.
but I think it is relevant to talk about depending on your lifestyle, and of course it happens with when you're detoxing and doing a detox on all the bad things will come out, as it were.
Everything gets flushed out and refreshed.
Flushed out and refreshed. Yes, yeah. It's just something to be aware of, and not to
panic over.
Yeah, not to panic over, but to keep going. Maybe
right.
Reduce what you're taking or putting on, but to keep going. Yeah, and see how it goes. Yeah, because of course we're all different.
We are, and that's why it's amazing, because it's one plant, but it can be used by anybody and everybody.
Yes.
You know, which is great. If anybody likes onion and garlic, they can use aloe, and the majority of people in the world do. So got loads and loads of testimonials. I won't bore you with them all, but lots of people have used it for cuts, for bites, for burns, for stings. Anyway, you can put your little pinky. We've got a very funny story from our doctor, who was our trainer for many, many years. And he was doing a talk on aloe, and there was 2 elderly ladies sitting on the sofa listening to him. And he was talking about our little mighty midget, which is our aloe lips. Let me get that into focus. And this is a little lip balm, everlasting lip balm. And you heard one of the ladies talking about her cold sore, and and her friend was talking that she had hemorrhoids. And he quickly heard them, and he said, ladies, if you have both problems, please buy 2 and mark them top and bottom. So you never know. And I've got another friend who had plantar fasciitis. You learn such a lot in life. My daddy used to say you get rid of a bit more ignorance every day, and it's true.
Oh, too. Yeah, absolutely.
Plantar fasciitis is something at the base of the foot which causes tremendous pain. I don't honestly know too much about it, but she started drinking. She was with me one day, and she had a glug of our Forever Freedom, a large glug, a 60ml glug, and she worked in the doctor's surgery in the next village along to me. And every morning she used to cringe with pain when she was walking around. And the morning after she drank that, she had no pain. So she kept drinking it.
Yeah.
It's all about trying things, isn't it? And seeing what works for you.
Yes, yeah.
So the Caribbean people call the aloe vera plant the single Bible, because it attends to most things. And I think that's lovely. So all great health comes from what we eat, we're constantly told. And I think aloe is really a great start to the day when we take it. So yeah, we had trips to the aloe fields, and we had freshly sliced aloe. I was given a giant piece of aloe the size of my hand. It was huge. And I could hear my mum's voice in my ear, because mum's Scottish. I was born in Scotland, and I could hear her saying, eat it all up, it's free. And I did. And it was very filling. It didn't actually taste of anything at all. It was just a wee bit slimy. And that would be the mucilage layer surrounding it. But I ate it all. My husband hid behind me. He wouldn't eat it. But I thought, it's free, I'm having it. So it was interesting to watch the workers in the fields and the leaves being washed and cleaned. And the staff were very excited to tell us how it was bottled after it was washed, and they'd take the gel, fill it out. And it always reminded me of the Bird's Eye Pea advert, because they say it's picked and frozen in an hour and a half, and the aloe is something similar. It's cut, washed and filleted, and in our bottles. So we've the history to go back. It's been used for thousands of years. Cleopatra used it in her beauty regime. I went to Egypt for my honeymoon many years ago, and I saw her pictures, and she looked very beautiful. And it was used to bind up wounds, as we started at the beginning. So we've always said it's like a food in a glass with over 75 vitamins and minerals, and 19 of those 20 amino acids. Boy, what an amazing way to start your day. So we've got a few products, if Carol wants to show us a few of those. And we'll talk through a few products. Carol, how much time have we got left?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Keep going.
Okay. So how I found the company and found out about Aloe, my wonderful mother-in-law was going to see someone in hospital in Edgware in Middlesex. And there was a little lady standing with a stand with the products on in the foyer. So my lovely mother-in-law, who was my bestest friend, she was fabulous. She was incredibly fun and also very mischievous and naughty. She taught me a lot. And going through the foyer, she actually bought one of these for our eldest daughter, who was probably 12 or 13 at the time, so just about ready to start using deodorant.
Yeah.
Now this is known for what it's not got in it. There's no aluminium salt. So if you check any product in your bathroom cabinet, the second ingredient is aluminium salts, and they're not great for the body. So Rex Morn and the company team put together this fabulous deodorant. Now that is a deodorant from top to bottom. That's about 6 or 7 inches by 2 inches wide and lasts us for months and months and months. So no harmful aluminium salts. So that's why I got involved, because when the deodorant was running low, and this was about 10 months after my daughter got it, she said, "Mum, I need some more of this." So I rang my mother-in-law and I said, "Come on, where did you get it from?" And she said, "Oh, it was from a lady," but she hadn't put her details on the product. She hadn't put a phone number and her name on and a sticker. So I rang head office, and I was going to say there ended the sermon, because that's where my journey started. So I rang head office, met up with a lovely lady in near Wendover, and she brought my 3 deodorants for me that I requested, and she said, "Can I show you the business behind the product?" And I thought, here I go again, being a Scottish girl, I'll get another free cup of coffee. So 3 free cups of coffee, and 3 hours later, because I quizzed her about everything she was telling me, I drove home the 40 minutes and rang my husband, and I said, "I found a way to help our finances for the future, to boost our pensions, etc." So we got happily involved and then found all these lovely products. So we've got our lovely tooth gel, which is known exactly for what's not in it. There's no fluoride. So if you go on to Google and Google fluoride, it will tell you everything that I'm not going to tell you. So this is aloe with natural spearmint in there. And it's got propolis from the beehive, which is really, really beneficial. So when you clean your teeth, you get that clean, shiny teeth. You don't get a furry teddy bear coating on your teeth at all in the day. And the aloe vera jelly that you can put on cuts, bites, burns, stings. A friend burnt their tongue on a pizza, so we quickly put the aloe on, and the pain went in under a minute. This is our beautiful, this is my daughter's favorite. Both of my daughters love this. This is our propolis cream, which is a lovely rich barrier cream and smells gorgeous.
And that's got propolis in as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, that's got propolis in as well as the tooth gel.
Yeah.
We're the biggest aloe growers in the world as a company, and also the biggest beekeepers. And everything from the bees are collected in electric carts, so there's no pollution. They've thought of everything. This is our latest body cream, body lotion, which is fabulous. It's a giant tube, I can hardly hold it, it's so heavy, and that is really lovely. We've got shampoos and conditioners, so you don't have to get that aloe leaf and carry it around, or leave an aloe leaf in your fridge. This is one of the favorites for people that do Pilates and exercise and running. I've got some friends that run the marathon. I think why, but they love it. And this is great for rubbing in your feet after a busy day. I used to give this to my girls. I got them both a Saturday job at our local boots store when they were 15. It was the only place that took children at 15, and I thought they can get out and learn how hard it is to work. And when they used to come home on a Saturday, they'd have their shower and then rub this in their feet, because their feet were aching after standing for 10 hours. So this is a lovely, it's a deep massage, and yes, it smells amazing. I love it.
Yes, it's a very popular one, that one, isn't it?
And we've got aloe liquid soap for the skin. I didn't bring mine out of the bathroom this morning, but we use it every day in the shower. But our favorite,
that's that one, isn't it?
That's it, Carol. A huge jug. It lasts months, doesn't it?
And that's got won awards as well, hasn't it?
Yes, Oh my goodness, I'm going to finish on our award-winning mask in a
Yes,
couple of
yeah.
minutes. But this is our aloe vera gel, and this is why Rex Morn started the company. This is 99.7% pure aloe. It supports your digestion, your intestinal health, supports immunity, and promotes health and well-being. It's rich in nutrients with added vitamin C.
Yes,
And
yes,
that is our #1 product. Carol's drinking something different.
yes. I'm drinking the berry nectar.
So Carol's drinking this one.
That one, that's the one, yeah. Forever
This
aloe
one. So
berry
there's a picture of 3 because we have 5 different ones. It's great for children and
you hold it up a bit further. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah,
there's
that's
our
it.
aloe. Great for children. Great for shining, glowing skin, hair and nails. Tastes fantastic, rich in nutrients, and exactly the same as the aloe. Great for digestion, gastrointestinal health, supports your immune system, your skin, etc. So
Yeah.
that one's got apples and cranberries in. And then my favorite, because once you get past 45, this is my favorite here, our freedom. So this is great for people with active lifestyles. Chondroitin is found naturally in the body in our cartilage and joints. And ours is sourced for easy digestion from shellfish. Glucosamine is great with people of a certain age who love to get out and about and go on their walks. Good for people who do strenuous jobs, athletes, sports people, etc. So yeah. And my sister-in-law lives in Bahrain and also uses all of these products. And when we were over there, she had a plant, because it's a lovely, hot, dry country, with flowers on. So we don't get our flowers in the UK on our aloe vera plant, but that's them. Very pretty. They look like mini bananas, don't they?
Yes.
So I hope you've enjoyed that. I enjoyed putting it all together. Being a Scottish girl, I decided to join the company because then you could get your products at a massive discount for life. And I love them all. And it's been really interesting telling you about the history of aloe and all the benefits of all the goodies in there in our drink. So nice to talk to you all.
Yes, lovely.
Anything else, Carol?
No, that's fine. I was just going to mention the Mighty Midget again. Because the Mighty Midget is so good. It's the aloe lips.
Yeah.
It's known as the Mighty Midget because it's so good to carry around in your handbag. And then if you have a bite or a sting or cut or anything like that, you can just pull it out and put it on. So yeah, Mighty Midget is really like first aid in a little tube.
Yeah, yes. We've got one in the car and in our handbags and in our pocket and everything like that, because it really is good, especially when you get a paper cut or you get a little nick in your finger at the side.
Yes, yes.
I've just given one to a friend who's had surgery on her little finger. She's drinking the aloe, and I gave her one for when she takes the plaster off. She can rub it into the nail bed.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Very lubricating. Oh, I nearly forgot. We've had several awards this year. And one was that for our mask. This is really, really great. I tease my husband because he loves helping people and doing all sorts of stuff, and he's always busy. And I make him sit down once a fortnight and I put a mask on. And this feels like it's been in the fridge. I don't know what aloe's got in there, but it feels really chilled. So when you put it on and sit and lie back and read a book or do nothing for 20 minutes, and then you take it off, I noticed I should have taken a before and after picture. And next time I will. Next time I will, because no wonder we won an award. This is a real treat. And several of my neighbours have come in for a pamper time and then gone away and bought these because they enjoyed it so much. I was having a girls' day and a girls' evening in and treated my neighbours. So that was really nice.
Yes. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're just amazing products, aren't they? Just so good.
They are. I haven't found anything better. So when people talk about them, really all we're doing is transferring our buying power from whatever we bought in the high street to ours, because they're long lasting and they're natural products.
Yeah. Yes, yes. I
Very
think
long lasting.
I think that is the thing that I would like to get over. It's that they're natural. And I think in this day and age, it is so important to be looking at what you're putting into your body, and what you're putting onto your body is natural, and so that your body can work the best that it can.
Yes, exactly.
So, yes.
Yeah, I think it does make a difference, Carol. You're right. Lots and lots of people now scan everything to know what they're putting in their body.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so important. So yeah, well, that's been amazing. Thank you very much, Margaret.
You're very, very welcome.
Yeah, and I hope
good job we met a few years ago through that little magazine that I was sharing, and you saw my little spiel in there and you gave me a ring.
Yes. No, it's good, and they've been so good, the products, and how. Yeah, I remember when I first started drinking the aloe that somebody said, "Oh, you're looking good," and at the time I didn't realise, but of course, you get that aloe glow, don't you?
Well, I remember Dr. Peter telling us that your skin changes after 30 days.
Yeah.
And of course, drinking the aloe, it's plumped up all those lovely cells at the base, and then by the time the 30 days is up.
Yeah, no, and I think that is something that is quite amazing. You don't necessarily realise it yourself.
No.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's
aloe glow.
The aloe glow, yeah.
Well, whoever watches this in the future, I hope you enjoy it. It's been very informative after doing all my research over the last few days. And if you get stuck on anything, you can always just check out Mr. Google, Prophet Google, and ask him about things like aluminium salts and fluoride and things like that. And then you'll be in touch with Carol.
Yes. Anyway, thank you so much, Margaret.
You're very welcome.
Been really informative and interesting. And so I just want to remind everybody that we will be having our usual answering questions, but any questions you've got in the Facebook members page, and we'll be answering those at the end of the month. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And so this is Carol from CJG Wellness saying bye for now and see you next month.
Bye for now.